Hey all, my name is Ramesh Duraiswamy. I'm a Microsoft Certified Solution Architect. So in this video, we're going to see what are the steps that or the process that we need to follow to clear the AZ700 exam, which is Azure Network Engineer Associate. So before you take up AZ700, I would request you guys to take up AZ900. Try to understand the basic concepts of AZ900. Then try to take up AZ500. AZ500 is Azure Security Engineer Associate. So in AZ500, you will try to understand identity and access management, data protection, application protection. Lot of techniques you'll try to understand about the security principles. Then you can jump on to AZ700, which is the network security, right? So to my experience, I would say AZ700 is one of the complex exams, but still people call it as Azure Network Engineer Associate. It is one of the toughest exams compared to the any of the exams. So before you take up AZ700, you need to have some basic common understanding about networking. So what is networking? What is a subnet? What is a CIDR notation, right? So how do you segregate the IP addresses? What is IPv4, which is Internet Protocol version 4? And what is the CIDR notation for IPv4, which is 2 power 32, which consumes 2 power 32 IP addresses? And what is the CIDR notation for IPv6, which is Internet Protocol version 6, which is 2 power 64? It consumes 2 power 64 IP address range for IPv6. So these are some basic common understanding about networking, and you should know what is a VNet first, right? So okay, let's jump into the topic. So so here we will focus more on what are the concepts that you need to focus more on to clear the AZ700 exams, right? Okay, so try to understand, try to have some hands-on with your Azure portal. Try to create a free account and try to have some good amount of hands-on labs before you take up AZ700. So try to create a virtual network and try to create a subnet. Understand what is a subnet. How do you segregate the IP addresses using the subnet? And what is a network security group? What is an NSG? Try to understand how do you map an NSG to a subnet. How do you create an inbound and outbound rule for a network security group? Also try to focus on what are the default inbound and outbound rules which has been defined for an NSG, and what is an application security group. Then coming towards the routing, try to get some knowledge on the route tables. How do you create a route? What is a custom route and a default route? Then get to look into firewalls, right? If you come towards firewalls, there are around 3 rules that firewall has, which is the DNAT rule. The second one is the network rules, and third one is the application rules. So this question is a common question that you might get in your exam. So what is a NAT rule and network rule and application rule? And try to understand what are the features that firewall brings in. It brings in a lot of threat intelligence. It brings in force tunneling, and it has different tiers as well, a standard and a premium tier. So what are the benefits that you get from a standard tier and a premium tier? Try to have an idea about these tiers as well. And the next would be firewall manager. So what is a firewall manager? It's a global resource which manages the firewall policies. Next comes the connectivity services. So what are the connectivity services that Azure provides? We have site to site connectivity, and we have a point to site connectivity, and we have express route. So in express route there are different express route, um, like we have express route local, standard, premium, express route direct, and express route fast path. So try to understand the common differences or elements that comes with the different express routes. So you will get for sure a lot of questions towards the express route. And virtual network gateway. So what is a virtual network gateway? So what is a VNet peering? You consider you have one network and you have another V2 as a network. How do you interconnect? How the systems from the VNet 1 can connect to a VNet 2? So this could be achieved by VNet peering. So what is the VNet peering? Right? So these are the common connectivity questions that you get. Next comes the load balancing. Try to see what is the load balancer, and a regional and global load balancer. So load balancer is a layer 4 load balancer. It comes under the TCP UDP level framework. And we have application gateway. So application gateway is a layer 4 gateway. So sorry, application gateway supports layer 7 OSI model. So application gateway supports only regional support. It doesn't provide any global support. So for sure you might get this question: does application gateway supports a regional or global? So try to get an insights about the application gateway. Then comes the Azure front door. So what is Azure front door? So Azure front door comes along with the WAF rules, which is web application firewall. So what is a web application firewall? How do you create the WAF rules, right? And last but not the least, what is a network watcher? So what are the diagnostic tools that you have in the network watcher to capture the logs? There are few you have next hop type, effective security rules, and VPN troubleshoot. There are few more diagnostic tools that is available. So please have a look about the diagnostic tools which is supported by network watcher. So these are the common things that you need to focus more on. So this will give you a clear picture of clearing the exams. So in my exams I had around 60 questions. Out of those 60 questions I had 2 case studies, with one case study with around 6 questions, another case study with around 8 questions, and I did not get any labs, but certain people are getting labs as well. It's up to you. It's up to your luck, right? You get a lab or you get an multiple choice questions. So try to focus on these areas that we have discussed. This might probably help you to understand in a holistic way of clearing the AZ700 exam. So that's it I had. So all the best for your exam. Thank you.